Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Patricia, for those of you who haven't clicked on my videos before. And today, as you saw on the title of this video, we are going to be doing the highlight versus matte challenge. Basically, Jaclyn Hill came out with a video, I would say a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and she did half of her face using highlighters and dewy finish things, and the other side completely 100% all matte everything. And she was just seeing the differences and like what she liked better. She thought she was going to like be in love with the highlight side, and then she realized that there were some things that she wasn't a fan of in comparison to the matte side. And so I thought it was really interesting, and I wanted to make that same video for you guys. She wanted to make it sort of like a challenge, so I'm joining in. Before we get started, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It's the big red button down below that says subscribe. I really appreciate it if you do, and hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video. So let's just go ahead and get started. I started this video with a couple of things done so that it would help me kind of speed up the process. So I filled in my eyebrows and I did the crease shadows on my eye look. So I'm going to do, of course, like matte on one eyelid and one brow bone, and then highlight on the other one. So I didn't finish those little bits yet. And I went ahead and wet two beauty blenders, so I'm going to be using the white one for the dewy side and the pink one for the matte side. And I think my left side, so this one on your right hand side, is going to be my dewy side, and my right side is going to be my matte side. And I just picked these just because this is my favorite side, so I want it to be highlighted, and also because this one has a little bit of a pimple, so I don't want to highlight that. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. I already did my skincare, and the moisturizer I used was a Exfoliate moisturizer by Kate Somerville. I picked this one because I knew it wasn't going to have enough moisture in it to make anything matte change, but it's still a hydrating moisturizer. So as you can see, my face doesn't look very dewy or anything, it just kind of looks regular. So for the matte side, I'm going to be using this Dior Forever Skin Primer. This is one of the few oil controlling primers that I own. And for the dewy side, I'm going to be using something completely different. So this right here is the Josie Maran Argan Moonstone Drops, which is a very dewy, glowy, holographic kind of primer. So I'm excited to use these. And then for foundation, I picked two from the same brand. So I'm going to be using the Peach Perfect foundation, which you guys know if you saw my video on this, I really like, but it's a completely matte foundation. I'm going to make sure to link the video here. And so this is going to be my matte foundation, and my all-time favorite foundation, Born This Way by Too Faced, is going to be on my dewy side. Now, the Born This Way foundation is a natural finish foundation. It's not necessarily a dewy foundation, but I don't think I have any super dewy foundation that I like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a couple of Cover FX highlighting drops onto my Born This Way foundation to make it even dewier. I think that's all I'm going to show you for now. I'm going to just go ahead and get started. Alright, so this is my Dior primer, which I think I applied too much of. And then the Josie Maran drops for the dewy side. Alright, so let me show you right here. So this is my dewy side and my matte side. So let's just go ahead and get started with foundation. And I'm not sure how to do this nose thing. Okay, so the matte foundation has been applied. And now I'm going to grab my Born This Way foundation. I'm going to do a couple pumps of that in the back of my hand. And I think 2 drops maybe of the Cover FX one will be okay. By the way, this is... okay, that was 1 big drop. And this is the Cover FX in the Sunlight color. I'm just going to mix it with my finger. It is so much more liquidy in comparison, the Born This Way to the Peach Perfect from Too Faced. Okay, So I'm going to grab my beauty blender and start getting it in there. Okay. And I'm kind of starting to see what Jaclyn was referring to as far as like her, like she said that the dewy side made her pores look so much bigger. And I am seeing that in the mirror too. Like with the foundation. I mean, normally this foundation I love because it's a natural finish. But maybe because we put the drops in it, it's just a little bit too glowy. And so I do think that my pores, especially right here, are showing up so much more. So far, the dewy side is a little bit too dewy for me because it just makes everything just highlighted. I see every single pore right here. It is kind of disturbing. Okay, so up to here I had told you guys what I was going to do, and then what I was going to do is I was going to get the same concealer. So I had my NARS Creamy Concealer, and I was going to use custard on one side so that it would be an exact match with my foundation. So this would be like the matte side or the non-highlighted side, and I was going to use vanilla on my left side so that it would be highlighted in a lighter color. But I cannot find my vanilla concealer. I thought I had pulled it out of the drawer and it just kind of disappeared. I don't know where it went. Grew legs, run away, I'm not sure. So instead, I'm going to still use the NARS concealer on the right side, but on the left side, I'm going to use the YSL Touche Eclat highlighting pen, so it's going to be more highlighted. So we'll go with that. So this is my NARS Creamy Concealer in Custard. And then my Touche Eclat concealer in number 2. So here are both sides applied, and now I'm just going to start blending. So of course I'm sticking to the pink beauty blender for the non-highlighted side, and then I'm going to use the white one on the highlighted side. Maybe this is better because I know that the Touche Eclat concealer, you know, it's a dewy finish concealer. So it'll work out even better, I think. Okay, so that is the NARS Creamy Concealer blended out. And now I'm going to blend the Touche Eclat concealer on the other side. Now I'm going to use my RCMA translucent powder. With my Sephora number 79 brush to set both sides. So I'm going to set my radiant side first, and I'm only going to set where I put the concealer, so the tip of my nose, underneath my eyes, and right over here on the forehead. Let me take out any excess, and then the non-highlighted side. And this one I'm just kind of setting the whole face. Alright, so this is what both sides look like. This is the dewy side. And the matte side. So far I can tell you that I'm still liking the matte side better because it looks like smoother skin. The pore thing on this side is really throwing me off. So I don't think I like dewy foundations. I also am not in love with matte foundations. I like the natural finish foundation. So like that's why Born This Way by itself is perfect to me. But we are going to power through and continue on. So I'm going to apply bronzer off camera because my bronzer is a matte finish bronzer, and I will be doing a matte finish bronzer on both sides because I don't own a bronzer that has luminosity to it, and I don't really like those types of bronzers anyways, so I will be using my Stila bronzer on both sides of my face, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am back. Besides the bronzer, the only other thing I did was take off the foundation that I had gotten on my lips. So this is the bronzer applied. With bronzer on, I still like my matte side better. And so let's just go ahead and get started with the blushes. So for my matte side, I'm going to use my MAC Melba blush, which is a matte finish blush. And for my dewy side, I'm going to use my California blush from Benefit, which has a little bit of a glow to it. I'm just going to use a clean brush to see if I can soften this side a little bit. Alright, so that is the blush applied. So of course for highlighter, we are not going to do anything on this side, but I will put a little bit of a matte shade underneath the brow and on the eyelid. So I'm going to grab a flat brush. This one is from Sigma, the E55. And with this color right here called Pregame on my Urban Decay Naked Basics palette, I'm going to put it on the eyelid of my eye. And right underneath the brow bone. So now I'm going to grab my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette and I'm going to get this color right over here, the second one. And I'm going to put this one on the eyelid of this eye. And also underneath the brow. And I'm going to grab a highlighting shade, I guess this one here is fine, and I'm going to put it in the inner corner of the eye. Alright, so now before we get to the highlight, I'm going to finish up underneath my eyes and I'll be right back. Alright, so one more time, I am back. I applied a little bit of shadow underneath both my eyes and I applied mascara to my lower lashes because at the top I have these fantastic extensions that save me so much time. So now the only thing remaining is lips and actual highlighter. So for highlighter, I'm going to be using Champagne Pop from Becca and my Sephora Collection highlighting brush, which is the number 98. And I'm just going to put it at the top of my cheekbones here and down. And I'm also going to curve it upwards right here on the side. Perfect. I also like to do a little bit above the brow here. And then I'm going to switch to a smaller brush to do like half of the nose. And half of the Cupid's bow. And then I'm not going to stop there because if you guys have seen any of my other videos, you know I love putting Trophy Wife right on top of Champagne Pop and it looks amazing. So I'm going to get a little bit of Trophy Wife and put it right there. Alright guys, so the highlighter is applied. So we only have two more things to do. First thing I'm going to do is lipstick. So lipstick, I was trying to get a shiny color and a matte shade of lipstick that would be similar, but I couldn't find any in my collection. So what I'll do is I'm going to apply bow and arrow all over my lips, and then I'm only going to put a gloss over the highlight side. Okay, so lipstick is applied, and now I'm going to do the Grande lip gloss only. I shouldn't do this lip gloss, hold on, because this is a plumping lip gloss. Okay, so I'm going to use a lip maximizer from Dior on my highlighted side. Now, the Dior lip maximizer is supposed to make your lips a little bigger, but I've never noticed a difference on myself, so I'm going to use this one because I can't find any other lip gloss that doesn't have any kind of plumping effect. Okay, damn. Lip gloss does make your lips look bigger. Look at this. Nice and juicy. I'm a little impressed by that. Okay. And then one last step, I'm going to use two different setting sprays. So I have this Lick setting spray, which is the mattifying setting spray from Urban Decay on my matte side, and then I'm going to use my Cover FX illuminating setting spray on my dewy side. Let's do one last little 180. So here's the dewy side. And the matte side. Okay, so let's just gather our thoughts here. From the matte side, I like that the skin, you see a lot less pores and that it's a lot more even. From the dewy side, I do like to highlight underneath my eyes because I do think it makes my under eye look brighter. I definitely love highlighting the brow bone, the inner corner, and putting a shimmery shade on the eyelid. That really opens up your eye a lot. I do think I do like the nose highlight. The chin highlight looks nice and glowy, which this is something I never do. I always leave my chin blank. And I think that the Cupid's bow highlight does make a difference. I also think that the glowiness on this side of my face does make my cheek a little bit more elevated. I think the biggest shock for me, for sure, is this lipstick thing. Like, I think this side looks... I think it looks so much plumper than this side. And it's not because it's a plumping lip gloss, because like I said before, that one doesn't really do anything on me, and you guys saw it like immediately after I put it on, it already looked 2 times bigger. But I just cannot get over how much like yummy this side of my lip looks. Like it just looks nice and juicy. And I love it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you like more of the dewy side? Do you like more of the matte side? Or are you kind of with me in the middle where you want to have some of, like, a little bit of both? I don't love the dewy side on the foundation, but I do love the highlight and the highlight around the eyes and the gloss. I do like my Melba blush better than the Benefit blush, but that might be just a preference as far as the color is concerned. But definitely for me it's like a 50-50. Like, I can't pick one side, I have to just combine the two, because there are a lot of things that I love about the highlighted side, but there are also things that I really like about the side that's all matte. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below, and let's see if other people do this challenge, because I feel like I was looking it up today and not a lot of people have done it. It didn't really like catch on like that glitter challenge and all the other ones, but I did think it was really interesting to do it, because you do see like a lot of like changes in between the two. I also don't love all the highlight on my forehead, which that was the Cover FX illuminating setting spray's fault. I think it did too much highlight on the forehead, but that might have been just me spraying way too much of it on. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video if you guys liked it, and please just go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!